Welcome to my introduction. I am Joshua Jackson. I'm a music teacher, a father, and a student. My childhood. I was raised on a farm in northwest Kansas, near the town of Norcator, if any of you have heard of it. Most of you probably haven't. I learned a lot about perseverance and working hard to achieve your goals living on a farm. My dad was a rural letter carrier for 30 some years, and my mom was a special ed teacher and a librarian. So I kind of got the education and the work ethic from both of them. I love trains and travel, hence the locomotive at the top, which is a German style. And I love working on the family farm. I just wish that mine looked like that picture in the corner. It doesn't. My education. I went to Bethany College for my bachelor's in music education. I received a master's in music degree from Kansas State University. I have worked in 6 different school districts in Kansas in the 14 years I have been teaching music. So I have seen a lot and been in a lot of different circumstances. My school's use of content learning with special ed. Well, I'm in a co-curricular position, so I don't have the traditional classroom with the traditional issues that come with special ed. Mostly I have to modify and accommodate based on the schedule and seating. The biggest thing where I am right now and dealing with younger students is making for sure that I am keeping my schedule consistent and keeping them seated in a position where they have easy access both to me and to their para, who I also have to accommodate in my seating arrangement. Therefore, sitting them in the middle of the choir is probably not a good idea. I usually tend to sit them toward the outside edge, also closer to the front where I can deal with any issues that come up or help them if they have any questions. I can see that they are struggling much easier. I often feel that my school doesn't do enough to make sure that all of our teachers are informed and taught how to deal with our special ed population. In fact, I haven't heard or seen any kind of accommodations whatsoever recommended by the special ed teacher or anyone else for that matter in how to deal with any of these special ed students. I am simply told, oh, by the way, they're special ed and they might have a para, so you might need to be prepared. And I'm going, great. Prepared for what? What kind of special ed needs do they have? Should I do something here? Should I do something there? I am not the expert, and I don't pretend to be the expert. And I find very little help coming from the special ed teacher who is constantly telling me how busy she is. I also feel that the paraprofessionals aren't adequately trained or that the expectations are too low for them. I see them on their phones constantly. They hardly ever interact with the student whenever they are in my classroom. And aside from making for sure that they get from point A to point B, I really don't see too much coming from them at all. Personally, I try to make modifications for my students with special needs. I provide additional time before and after school because I don't have any time during school that I do not have other classes. I simplify the lessons, break down the complex terms into simpler terms, make it as easy as possible, create movement exercises, and make it something where they can do something physically to be able to learn the same concept and to help reinforce it. I also find that this helps my regular students anyway, so I just simply build it into my class as is. I am also now adding in a technology component where we are using the Excelis program, and I simply give them additional help whenever I see that they are struggling. This also allows me to do a lot more individual work with my students that have needs while letting the other students push ahead at their own pace. The problem I see in this school is the teachers don't know what is needed and when. The paras aren't trained on how to teach and deal with the students, and the communication about needs isn't made to all teachers that have the student. I know it's a tedious process and we don't all want to sit in on an IEP, but there has to be a way that we can condense it and get it out to the teachers, preferably before the school year starts, so that at least we are a little bit forewarned so that we can be prepared. So this is my strategy. Plan time for meetings where all the teachers will be informed about the students and their needs before school. Allow the meeting to have time for lesson discussion and seating issues. Also allow time to deal with behavior issues that are known. Forewarned is forearmed. Get the paras together with the teachers so that they can learn the expectations and guidelines for those classes. I do not like having my paras sitting in the class not doing anything. The least they can do is at least sing with the students, regardless if they think they sing good or not. And have weekly meetings where the teachers and paras can discuss what to improve for the next week and what went well that needs to be repeated. That way we can all get on the same page and hopefully bring forth greater success, at least less frustration. Thank you for your time.